Hello and welcome to Green and Gold Radio. I'm your host, William Plavin Masters. Today with my very special guest, Cody Wagner. How you feeling today?
Pretty good. How are you doing today, Plav?
I'm doing pretty good. So before we got on the mic here, we were kind of talking about how improvised this podcast is.
Yep.
So to give everyone some context, Van is sitting over in the corner there. How you doing, Van?
I'm doing pretty good.
Doing pretty good? All right. Yep. Yeah, Van's kind of just sitting in the corner chilling. And my guest that I was going to have on today, Josh Hayden, canceled. So I just talked to Cody in first period today, asking him if he wants to come on. And then 5 minutes before I'm saying this, Mr. Barrett canceled.
Yeah, so we had to improvise, so we got Van on here.
Yeah.
Plav.
Second string.
Yeah.
Glad Plav could bring me on here.
Yeah, we got a thrown together podcast here. So, Cody, we talked briefly about what we were going to discuss today. Football. Big football guy, Cody. You're known for your controversial takes on William in the Commons, hosted by a completely different person. I don't do that.
Fair
I don't
enough.
know.
Not you.
Not me. Different William. You're known for your controversial takes on William in the Commons and hosting a fantasy football podcast for a little bit. You want to talk about that?
I don't know how much I'm known for my takes, but I mean,
you're
yes,
pretty well known.
I did make a take.
Few.
I did used to do a little podcast I used to do literally just in my room. I would just talk into a phone, and I'd just be like, okay, let's put this out there. Because I just like talking. It was just me, and I would just talk to myself for like 30 minutes. This was back in like freshman year.
Yeah.
And I would just do that, and because I love sports, it's pretty much like all I ever think about, unless school. Well, I don't think about school that much. But yeah. So my take about the Browns is that getting rid of Odell was the perfect move. We needed to free up room for him to throw to Jarvis and Rashard Higgins, because they are just perfect options for him. And Hollywood Higgins is actually Baker's like favorite target to throw to. So just clear up room for those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the take that got Cody flamed in theology first period.
Fair enough.
Yeah. It's a pretty good take, though. I tend to agree with the take. I don't watch football all that much, but from what I have watched, it's, Odell is not really targeted by Baker all that much, you know?
No, I think he's just kind of an extra guy we have in the offense that, like, sure, he was taking defenders to him, but Odell wasn't necessarily getting open a ton. Baker just didn't feel comfortable throwing him the ball, and when he did throw him the ball, it felt kind of forced. So I like opening up options for guys like Donovan Peoples-Jones, Rashard Higgins. I like the move.
Yeah, all right. Well, for our mock trial people out there, we are right now going to qualify Cody Wagner as an expert on football for the podcast.
Oh, I do not know that's necessary.
No, it's absolutely necessary. You're now an expert. Bada bing, bada boom. That John's done. So what?
I don't agree, but that's fine.
What's your take on the Browns season as a whole so far this year?
Okay, so we're 5-4 as we speak today, and the Browns. Okay, the defense has been up and down a lot this year. I mean, against Cincinnati, we looked really good, but before that, it's been pretty rough. And the problem we've had is we can't be consistent on either side of the football. We lose high-scoring games. We lose low-scoring games. We just need to get back that consistency, and I think that's what we saw last week against Cincinnati.
Right, yeah. So do you think the season so far has been lived up to the hype, or do you think it's been mildly disappointing?
It's definitely been disappointing. I mean, as a Cleveland fan, you go through agony so many years. We're just awful. And then you finally think we're picking it back up. We had a great season last year, make the playoffs, just barely lose to the Chiefs. And then it's been a lackluster year, so to say, so far. But looking to pick it back up. And I think that we really can. They looked insanely good last week. So I think we can get it back.
Absolutely. So, as it comes to the NFL as a whole, what do you think is the weirdest team success or failure so far this year? Because there have been a few.
Oh my gosh, the Chiefs. That's so surprising.
I was hoping you'd say that.
It's so weird. I do not know what's going on with that team. Patrick Mahomes almost seems like he's gotten in that, I don't know. I think like there's something to be said about like this and how it happens in sport, like that Conor McGregor effect. Like you become more of a star than you are an actual player. Like yes, he's an amazing player. Conor McGregor was an amazing fighter. But once your stardom becomes more than your actual play, then you can become unfocused.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. So I've heard a lot of differing takes about the man, the myth, the not so legendary
I'm concerned who you're going to say.
Baker Mayfield. Yeah. So what's your take on Baker? What do you like about him? What's your take?
I really like how Baker, he's just a great quarterback. I think his mobility is great, the way he just throws the schlong down the field. He just throws the ball really nicely, and I think he's a great quarterback. I think that he's not deserving of like that $40 million mega contract at this point in his career, but I think Baker is willing to forego payment to stay in Cleveland because I think he really likes the city. And I think he'll stay here for $20 million, which I definitely think he's a $20 million quarterback. Yes, there have been definite leadership questions about him during the season, but you can't doubt the guy. When he's on the field, he looks pretty good. There's been a couple mistakes he's made this year, and you can question how he's played on game-winning drives. But other than that, he's played pretty well. I like him when we get him out on those bootlegs, bootleg right, bootleg left, just moving him out of the pocket. He throws really nice.
Yeah. For Cleveland, the bootleg play makes a lot of sense, you know?
It does, because we get like the running backs like Chubb and Hunt. They're very scary. We actually run the football, I believe, top like 3 teams in the league of like not actual yards but percentage of running plays. And so we run the football a lot, and then Baker, he'll fake that handoff, and then he'll roll out, which it just really trips up the defense. And normally he's just got like one linebacker isolated in front of him, and then he can see the field and throw. So it just it works really nice for offense design like the Browns.
Absolutely. So you talked a little bit about our running game, and personally, I think our running running game is one of the better running games in the NFL. What's your take on that?
Yeah, I would 100% agree. I mean, Dearness Johnson, who we've gotten to see in a couple games when Chubb and Hunt have been banged up, he could be a I think starting running back across the league. I think if you put him on a team that's weak at that position, he could possibly start. But Chubb and Hunt are just really elite backs. And Hunt, the way he's gone out there and played so aggressively, yeah, he's injured at this point in the season, but when he was on the field, he was looking really dynamic.
Absolutely. So you talked a little bit on our wide receiver game. What's your take on the wide receivers as of right now? Are you happy with them? Do you think we need to shop that position a little bit? Like, what's the take?
I think mostly this offseason we need to shop defense. I think that the wide receiver game isn't. Yeah, we aren't like dazzling with our wide receivers. We don't have Tyreek Hill. We don't have like Mecole Hardman. We don't have guys that will burn you off the field. We don't have necessarily like the best pass catchers, but they're shifty and they know how to get open. Especially, I really like Donovan Peoples-Jones. I like Jarvis. They know how to get open in the field. They're good route runners, and I think the biggest part that we need to mention here is the tight ends. I mean, we have 3 like really elite tight ends in Austin Hooper, Harrison Bryant, and and David Njoku. And Njoku, you sometimes see split out. If you're down on the goal line, you can throw fades to him. I like how athletic Njoku is. I like the pass catching of Austin Hooper, and I like the route running of Harrison Bryant. They all just complement each other really nicely in the offense, and I think we have a really good passing game because of that. And it's especially set up by the elite running backs, like I mentioned earlier.
Absolutely. And finally, not finally, but what's your take on the defense? The last piece of the puzzle, if you will, of this Browns franchise.
Yeah, it's definitely a piece we need to clean up the most. It's definitely been missing for the beginning of the season. Against the Bengals, we looked actually really nice on defense. Denzel Ward made a big play in the beginning of that game. And, Myles Garrett is just a beast, but you need to build more around that. We need some better linebackers. Owusu Koromoa has looked nice this year, but you need someone else with him in the linebacker department. We also need to improve upon our safeties a little bit. I like Ronnie Harrison. He's a good player. He plays tough. But I just think we need to improve the secondary a lot.
Yeah, makes sense. Good overall take. And then the actual final piece of the puzzle, Kevin Stefanski. What's the take? Hey, yo, what? Man?
What?
What was that?
What? Would you like
Hot.
to expound upon that?
Yeah. No, I think Kevin Stefanski is a very attractive guy.
Yes.
That's it.
That's
all I
fair
gotta say.
enough.
Fair enough.
I think
Cody,
that's
what's your take?
Objective opinion, not subjective at all.
Well, this is all subjective opinions.
Not what Van said. He's a very attractive man. So I hope my girlfriend listens to this. Okay, so my take on Kevin Stefanski, as I would say, is he's been a really good coach, really run the offense extremely well. And you brought him in to be the head coach, yes, but I think the biggest change that's been made is to the offense as a whole. You've seen a lot more of that bootleg that we talked about earlier. You've seen a lot more running plays, and you've just seen an overall improvement in the team when he's been at the helm. Just won Coach of the Year, I believe, last year, and I think that he is the guy. He's the guy we got to keep going back to. The only thing I would like to see is let Baker play a little more of that backyard football like we did last year. I'm seeing a little more of a structured offense this year, which slightly concerns me, but I think if we get back to that more like backyard football, let Baker scramble out, do whatever he wants with the ball, that just benefits us a lot.
Yeah, all right. So overall, Browns, what's your rating? S through F. The Benzangus Food Review rating scale.
I would say we're right about at a B tier. High B tier, low A tier.
Fair enough.
That's a team that is going to maybe make the playoffs consistently, but not necessarily go super far. I think that's where the Browns sit right now.
Yeah. So just the optimal depression zone for fans.
That's,
give us lots of hope
what the
and
Packers
then
have
just
been
destroy
in
it.
a lot of the time.
Yeah.
They're right in that zone because you don't get a high draft pick, so you kind of just get stuck there. So it would worry me if that's where we end up going. But right now, I'm proud to be a Browns fan. Haven't been able to say that before the past 3 years, but I'm proud to be a Browns fan.
Nice. Van, rating?
I'm not
Of Kevin Stefanski,
football.
but of the Browns?
Yeah, Kevin Stefanski is an S. Okay. The Browns, though, I'm not a big football connoisseur. I'm a casual fan, but I would agree with Cody that it's the team's a B tier.
All right, solid.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
So we've talked about the Browns, who have been.
Can I mention the Cleveland Cavs right now?
Shout
out Cavs. I believe 7-5 as we speak today. That is not something I thought I would see from the Cavs.
Not from
Great
Colin
years
Sexton and Darius Garland.
I know. And who's the new guy? Why
new
can't
guy.
I think of his name?
The new guy.
Mobley.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
Mobley.
He's played really nice this year.
Nice.
Evan Mobley, I believe.
Yeah. So we've talked to Brown about the less than successful Browns franchise. Let's talk about the surprisingly incredible St. Ed's football performance that has been this season, Cody. And we've got a game that you're getting to after this episode, but let's talk about it.
That's true. I honestly, if I can tell you, Plav, I don't think it's been surprising at all.
Oh.
I think that we got these guys. They got a lot of experience under their belts last year. You had Christian Ramos, quarterback. He played all throughout last year. Connor Goodall, Rayshawn Manning touched the field a lot last year. Offensive line, very experienced. Joey Lavelle. You got Gio Kennedy up there. And it's just a very experienced group of guys. And the defense has been elite this year. The defense has been great. Maybe one slip up at Moeller. But other than that, I mean, they proved to everyone that was truly just a slip-up. I mean, you saw the Lorraine game, obviously not a great team that we played against. But then you go and play against Berea Mid-Park.
Who have, like, an incredible D1 lineup. Like, I was looking after the game, I was like, this is pretty crazy because shout out to my cousin Lucas, who we absolutely obliterated that day. But, like, I was looking at the game, and I was like, well, this team has to be in the playoffs for a reason, and they are. They've got I was looking at the D1 lineup. I remember seeing Wyatt on there and Michael Kilbane, and then a whole bunch of guys from Berea Mid-Park.
Yeah.
And we blew them out, 56-12 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
They just have a lot of athletes on that offense. I was slightly worried, but we handled all those guys perfectly. The Coach Pappas and the secondary, they've done great work. And then you have those big guys up front, like you mentioned. You got Wyatt Gideon, Michael Kilbane, CJ Harvey, Matt Ottoman. You got all those guys up front, been doing great work this year.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think would be our biggest strength this year? I mean, you are working with the team a lot this year. So what would you say is our biggest strength?
So one of our biggest strengths this year, I don't know, is the running game, I would say, because you've had three until now, because Marvin Bell has gotten a little banged up at this point in the season, but you have guys like Danny Enovich, Marv until now, and Josh Gribble all back there doing great work, especially Enovich. He's just going to get you a couple yards, Mr. Reliable up there. And then really the play-action game, the pass offense off of that run game has worked perfectly. You see we only play from the shotgun, at least majority of this season, and it's really worked nicely. They've got those guys on the outside, such as Connor Goodall and Rayshawn Manning. And then you've seen number 8, Ryan Miklich, step up a lot this year. He's been in at tight end. And then you've seen Jackson Miller out of the slot also has made some big plays throughout the season.
Absolutely, yeah. So what do you think has been our biggest shortcoming so far this season, if we have such a thing?
I do not know.
It's fine.
I wanna roast my boy Ben Lavelle, but I can't do him dirty like that. The special teams has actually been pretty good because we have guys like Kyan Cooper, and then Kyan Mason.
Yeah,
I said his name wrong. Sorry,
it's all
that's
good.
on me. And that's the wrong person, totally wrong person. Just realized that now. Kyan Mason, who's been returning kicks during the playoffs. He's a sophomore. He's been playing really well. And then shout out to big Ben Roebuck on the offensive line. He's only a sophomore. Already got a couple D1 offers down the pipe. So, yeah.
Nice, yeah. So, the St. Edward's Eagles, what would you rate them so far this year?
I would say they're at an A tier.
All right.
Bordering on S tier.
Ooh.
It's mostly just because of that Moeller loss.
Yeah.
We almost seemed a little unmotivated to play that day. Just a rough loss. That tight end for Moeller just couldn't stop him. He kept getting yards up the middle. He's a great player, going to play Division I, I believe. But we'll pick it up in the playoffs. And I am predicting a far run in the playoffs. Don't want to jinx anything, but
don't want to jinx anything. You got a game after this. You don't want to.
Yep.
You don't want to mess that up.
Predicting a far run in the playoffs this year.
So, going forward, what do you think the St. Edward's Eagles will look like after this season, after these guys graduate?
Okay, so I think that we will still be not necessarily what we were this year, but we'll still be in a nice place set up for next year. The guys coming in will be young because it'll be a lot of juniors that you'll see out on that field, such as quarterback Casey Bullock will be playing quarterback, I assume, next year. And then you'll have guys in the backfield. You'll get Marv back next year. You'll have Josh Gribble, which will both be seniors next year. But then you'll also see Josh Grottle, and then you'll see Kyan Mason out at receiver. You'll have a lot of juniors playing because we have a very good currently sophomore class, and I think you'll see a lot of that next year. But also coupled with our year, the juniors, the current juniors,
Let's go.
you have a lot of good defensive players, such as Cam Drury, Wyatt Gideon, Michael Kilbane. You got a lot of elite guys on defense. And the offensive line also, we will keep a lot on the offensive line for next year, which is nice.
Fair enough. So, do you have anyone from the St. Ed's football team that you want to exclusively shout out right now before we get talking about your speciality?
Okay, so... Okay, shout out to... Wait 1 second. Give me a second.
This one?
Let me think. You're giving me a lot of power right now, Plav. I hope you realize that.
Shout out anyone.
You should be extremely concerned.
I should be extremely concerned.
Shout out Luke Stewart. He's a homie. Plays football. I can't wait to see him out on that field. Doesn't get to play a ton, but shout out Luke Stewart. Also shout out Ryan Miklich. Big time, stepped up this year, has just shown like great ability out on that football field at tight end. So, gotta shout him out.
All right, fair enough. So, I mentioned your specialty, and you had wanted to plug this pre-podcast. So, let's get into this. I have tickets for next Friday, and I'm super hyped. I'm going to come out dripped out, get ready for it. But the play, Clue.
Yes, glad to hear you have tickets, Will.
Oh, of course.
We started, I don't know, maybe mid-September we started working on the show, and can't wait to present it next week. We actually have Tech Sunday this Sunday, which is you pretty much are here from 10 to 10. It's a fun day. You get to bond a lot with the people in the cast. Yes, definitely a lot of work. You're here for about 12 hours. So it's definitely not an easy day, but you get to bond with the castmates, have a fun time, eat some food. It's a fun day. And then you have the 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, leading up to the show. We'll run through the show a couple of times on those days. And then you have the first show is on Thursday. So I'm actually really excited.
All right, nice. So what really is the play about? It's Clue.
So it's Clue. It's
don't spoil too much, but
yes, I will not. It's based on the board game, and there is also a movie about it.
Ooh.
And so the play is based off the movie, and it's a comedy, to clarify. I think it's a really funny show. You got to come out and watch it. Thomas Hoffman as the lead in the show, and you just really got to come out and enjoy it. And representing the junior class, we got me, Colin Wheeler, and Justin Salazar all in the show.
Nice.
So really excited for people to see it.
Nice. Sounds like a strong event. Anything else you want to mention before we get headed out here?
I don't know. Let me think.
Who are you playing?
Who am I playing? I am playing Mr. Body, the Motorist, and the Chief of Police. Got 3 roles in this, Johnny.
Will you be wearing a hat?
I don't know yet. We haven't worked with props. I will let you know, William.
You're going to need to wear a fedora.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
If I wore a fedora, that would be very nice.
Yeah.
Can't even lie. I mean, fedoras are nice. When you wear them, they're looking so nice.
Looking snazzy. Yeah, I love fedoras. I think I have an issue, though. I think I have...
You definitely have an issue with fedoras. You have too many.
I have, I believe, 8 trilbies. No, I have 7 trilbies.
What's a trilby?
So,
What?
you see how this, editor, insert pictures here, all right? This is not a trilby. This is a fedora, right? This is a fedora right here.
Okay.
Wide brim, you got the wide brim. You got the forward top. You've got the feather.
Didn't you buy that exclusively for a football?
For the Ignatius game, the only game I've gone to this year. I bought it exclusively to be dripped out with a feather in the cap for that.
Gotta be special. Gotta be looking nice.
Yeah, that's an actual fedora. Now, I have 7 trilbies, which is what most people have seen me in.
Trilbies.
Okay? And what basically it is...
Those fake fedoras?
No,
That's what it sounds like.
No. They're fedoras, but the back is curved up. So
What?
it's a shorter brim and the back curves up.
Let me see.
So instead of this, it's like this. You know what I mean?
So it
You've
looks
seen
like
those
a cowboy hat kind of.
No, it doesn't look like a cowboy hat. But you've seen the other style of
It's
fedora.
like a
that I
city
wear.
cowboy hat.
It's not a city cowboy hat. It's just it's a style of fedora.
Yeah.
But you've seen the other kinds I've worn. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And then I've got a wide brim vacationing hat, a bowl cap, and then this.
Vacationing hat.
A vacationing fedora.
That sounds like one of those the Harry Potter the wizarding hat or whatever they call it.
It's not.
That's what it sounds like.
It kind of looks like this. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up a John
I'm concerned.
of me vacationing in said hat because it is me on vacation.
I just want to shout out Mr. Rentz. His class gets wild during the week. I mean, that class goes so hard. That's personal opinion, best class in the school.
Best class in the school.
Mr. Rentz,
S
just a
tier.
homie.
High
Definitely
praise.
an S tier.
Definitely an S tier.
And it's very conversational, very real.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily unnecessary theology stuff. He just speaks to us, and it's a very fun class, very enjoyable class.
Oh yeah, he's had some quotes in class which have just been fantastic. I love it.
He died after he married his wife.
Yes. Oh, I saw that graphic. It was wonderful.
Oh yeah. That was hilarious.
One of these Johns. It's not a straw hat, but
Bro, what?
It's one of
That's
those-
the
it's
same
one of those
thing,
Johns.
bro. I'm telling you.
It's not the same
That
thing.
is the exact
different.
same
How much do these
thing.
run for?
They're not too expensive.
Van's trying to cop one.
Yeah, I might. I'm
This
stealing
one-
William's swag.
This one that I have was $45. But the normal running price if you get them on sale is 20 something.
Ooh, Van is thinking about copping one.
I just
He's
might.
definitely gonna buy one.
Yeah. The
Dude.
feathered ones are my favorite though because it's a feather. How do you not love feathers?
I know you got the feather one over there, looking nice, looking
yeah.
snazzy.
Love it.
Dude, yeah, I feel like you're definitely a feather type of guy. Just get the feather in there, looking
Oh,
nice.
for sure. So yeah, maybe you need a fedora for the play.
I definitely don't need a fedora. I might end up having one on, but it's involuntarily. Just know that, Will.
They're forcibly making
Yes.
you wear a fedora.
Yes, just know that this was not of my own volition. Just
Fair
know
enough.
that.
Fair enough.
Just know that.
All right.
Do you wanna talk about mock trial for a minute?
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, sure. Why
Do you
not?
want to? Are you
Yeah.
fine with that? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's so.
I was thinking about having Miss Fairfield on for an episode.
Ooh, that
maybe
would
Miss
be-
Fairfield and
that'd be-
Eric for an episode.
Dude, Mrs.
Yes.
Fairfield is just in class. She's great.
Oh,
With
yeah.
mock trials, she's great.
Just a legend. Overall legend. Incredible.
I love Mrs. Fairfield's class because it's so about learning different perspectives on the Cold War
TOK, I love it.
specific. I'm really trying not to act like I'm in TOK. I feel like I am right now with what I'm saying. I feel
TOK moment right
so
there."
guys, you must understand that we live in a society that perpetuate. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, so Miss Fairfield's a very fun class. If you're gonna do IB, definitely take HL history, for sure. And then also shout out Miss Munnell down in the film department. I need to give a shout out there.
Shout out to Miss Mono's husband.
What?
Hey, yo, what?
I'll leave that there.
Hey, yo, what?
King of sus over here,
Bro,
Van
what?
Weinman. What?
No, it's just he stopped by our class,
What?
showed off his mustache, and dipped.
Did he flex? Was he just ripped? Was he jacked?
Yeah, pretty much a Chad.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right, let's get off the subject of her husband.
Okay.
Cody, what were you saying?
Yeah. Oh, can I talk about this as an actual conversation point?
Yeah.
Because I still got time with him.
Yeah.
Wait.
You're good. You're good.
Oh, I'm chilling.
You were
bro. Let's
chilling
go.
right
okay.
now.
So, this documentary we made in our film class, it's called Gasoline. Go watch it on Vimeo. It's about Coach Augie and the strength program. I think it's really interesting. We are top 5 in the country for it right now for nonfiction, and I'm just really excited to see where that goes.
It's amazing. I watched it.
Did you actually
Very
watch it?
good. Yeah. Did you work on it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I
Yes.
thought it was like upperclassmen from last year.
Well,
It's like a
yeah,
sophomore.
it was. There was like 4 sophomores that were involved in it. 4 or 5 sophomores. The sophomores were me, Brevin Coleman, Jacob Winter, Gavin Crocker, and Zach Bell. Zach Bell actually played a very pivotal role in that. He was an editor on the project, which was extremely significant for that one.
The editing is very professional.
Thanks, Van.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Yeah, I edited together a couple of the interviews, but I was mainly a director for the project. And the most fun interview is with Coach Pappas.
Greatest guy to interview ever. Love him. He's
Dude,
awesome.
he had the lion head on his table. He's like, let me put this thing over here. And he's like, can I put this in here? And I was like, yes. I was like, okay, just go, Coach Pappas. And very interesting interview. When we asked him for his one word to describe Augie, because we got that from all the interviews, and that's how we start off the documentary actually. And Coach Pappas used the word mutant to describe Augie, which is a very, very descriptive word, I thought.
Yeah, interesting word choice. So before we got off on the tangent for the documentary,
Fair enough.
you were talking about
Mock trial.
which I have joined this year.
Hollis Fitzpatrick, he's on one. I'm telling you.
What do you
That
mean?
dude's on one. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a goober.
Oh,
There was no taking. There just wasn't. I can't think of the 3 criterion right now, but there just simply was not a taking. And shout out to Mr. Cahill, my coach, legendary guy. We go in there every Thursday morning, and dude, can I say this Thursday morning was rough this week because I had mock trial. You had the same thing. You had mock trial, TOK, then 3 classes. Dude, that's like bringing me back, like, dude, that's so long. That's 5 hours of, like, class.
yeah.
Like, brain power.
It's pretty rough.
And
It
that's
is
all
rough.
before lunch, right?
Yeah, that's all before lunch. Dude, you don't even
Crazy.
have food in you. Well, I guess you have breakfast. But you don't even have, like real food. Because breakfast... Okay, let me make this point. I'm not a
You've been
big,
making a lot of
Hot
points
take.
today.
I'm
Hot take.
not a big breakfast guy. Breakfast is trash. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
yo, that is the single worst take I have ever heard, Cody.
There's no
Come
good
on.
breakfast foods. What's a good
Pancakes.
breakfast?
Hash browns.
Oh,
Waffles.
pancakes.
Waffles.
Waffles are good. But I would,
French toast.
But I
Crepes.
Would, but I would look like
Hash
a donut
browns.
if I had waffles every day. I can't like go eat waffles every day.
Eggs.
Sure.
Eggs are not that good. They're mediocre.
Cereal.
But cereal is also super bad for you. I don't think people realize that cereal is sneaky bad for you. Not even gonna lie, it is.
Oh, not Cheerios.
Yeah, but any cereal is bad for you, Van.
Are
Pretty much.
Cheerios are bad for you?
I'm pretty sure. No, Cheerios
don't
aren't.
think so.
No, Cheerios aren't. Because they don't put like anything on them, but they taste like absolute trash, man. You can't tell me
I don't know.
Cheerios
I disagree.
You can't tell me Cheerios taste good.
Okay, my hot take: breakfast is better than lunch.
You're joking.
1,000,000%.
Oh my,
Dinner's the best, but breakfast is better than lunch.
you've got to be joking.
And I don't even eat breakfast every day, but breakfast over lunch any day.
I just viewed
Yeah.
a picture of Coach
To
Pappas that
everyone
was
who
absolutely
is not
beautiful.
watching this right now,
that was
Freshman
beautiful.
year, I had to get a picture of Coach Pappas for a theology assignment. And I've been searching on my phone for the picture, and it's simply glorious. I will not be showing it to the listeners per his request, but it's really is a wonderful image.
It's immaculate.
No, he's not gonna watch it. Put it in.
He's just no,
toss
no.
that Johnny in there.
He's
Why
just
not?
like his ripped arms are just like popping through the shirt, and he's holding a decapitated saber-toothed tiger skull. It's just like one of the most legendary pictures of anybody I've ever had.
Immaculate.
Yeah. I've been enjoying mock trial this year. I haven't done
Dude, you just joined this year.
I just joined.
And you're on Mrs. Herman's team. Yeah.
I'm like the guys on both teams are both very good at what they do, except me. I have no freaking clue what's happening.
You will be a good witness. By the time
sure.
you get to trial, you'll be a good witness.
Shout out to Michael Petit. Dude
Facts.
is an absolute legend and is teaching me how to do this stuff.
Great
So,
at mock trial.
incredible guy. Yeah.
Fourth year for him. We got 3-4 year guys.
Wow.
And we're putting in the work, getting ready, and yeah, I really like both teams. I think we can make a far run, just as long as we don't go up against each other. That's a
thing that could happen?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you can go against your own school. Because the teams are labeled with like numbers. They aren't like actual like okay, the people
So help me God, if I have Eric Vaziri crossing me, I'm
Say-
dead. I'm
No,
dead,
really.
bro.
Eric would just start personally attacking you. He'd just be like, "So you run a podcast, I hear." It wouldn't even be anything about the actual case.
Oh my
He'd just
God.
start personally roasting you.
Nice hat, William.
Really
No,
nice
Eric-
hat I see
Super
on there.
sick,
Looks
dude.
like a loser.
Eric is an absolute legend. Gotta love Eric Vaziri, man. But like, if I swear to God, I would have the fear of God in me if I was told, hey, yeah, you're gonna be crossed by Eric Vaziri today. I would have the fear of God in me.
Dude, Eric, I feel like on cross, he'd be the kind of guy that would just start making statements. He wouldn't even ask questions. he'd be like, "So you took money from Fitzpatrick's?" Yes, you took money from this establishment. He wouldn't even ask you like, "Yes, you did." No, he'd just be like, "You took money." He wouldn't even ask a question.
Oh man.
What are you showing
What
over
the-
there, Van?
There's Eric
What's
for
up?
you.
Aw, mini Eric.
Is that young Eric? Dude, it's so weird that you went to grade school with Eric. I don't know why I find that so weird. Because
Yeah.
where did you guys go? You went somewhere in Cleveland, right?
Yeah, it's called Birchwood.
Uh,
It's West Side Cleveland.
West Side.
Nice.
Fair enough.
All right, cool. Well, I think that's pretty much it, unless you have another thing to ad hoc.
No, I don't think I do.
All
I
right,
don't
cool.
think I do. Had a
Van,
great time left.
do you have any other dudes you want to hit on
Yeah,
through
let's
the
see.
podcast?
Dude, Ryan Reynolds is hot.
Yeah, I mean,
Come
it's,
on.
the way you
come on,
emphasize
man.
the H on that.
A
He's
tier.
hot.
He is hot.
He is.
I
bro.
watched Dune recently. Timmy
Mm.
C was
Yeah.
looking pretty good.
Who was? Who
Timmy C,
Timmy C?
Chalamet.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You don't know who
come
Timothy Chalamet is?
No.
Do you know what movies he's been in? The
He's that one thing.
King movie. He's in like every
The-
movie.
the thing.
No,
He's in the new Wes
Wait,
Anderson
show me
movie.
a picture. Show me a picture.
He's
I
real
probably
skinny.
know who he is.
Like,
Dude,
like.
wait, are you? Is
freaking-
anyone else hyped up for the
This dude.
new Top Gun?
This guy.
When is that actually coming out? Did that
I've
already
never
come out?
seen a Top Gun movie.
Wait,
Me neither.
Let me see.
Like this dude. Like when women
I
think
don't
of a
think I've
hot
seen
guy,
it.
this
No,
is who the and
he's,
fan. When
he's got like
Yeah,
two
when I
def-
think of a hot guy.
he's got
You think-
two defined
Timmy
cheeks.
C.
No.
like yeah.
No.
That's a strange
No.
picture of him too. But
I-
Well, I mean, like this one, he kind of looks like he's about to murder you. Like,
Yeah.
like his head is all tilted. I don't know.
Dude,
Yeah.
you know someone that's pretty attractive?
Hmm.
Man, that's pretty attractive. Shawn
Okay.
Mendes. Can't even lie.
no.
attractive man.
Have you ever heard his voice?
Well, I'm not talking about his voice.
Oh, it's a turn off.
Yeah, we're
for
being
me.
No,
entirely
it's not. His
superficial
voice,
here.
his voice is
I don't
not
know.
a turnoff.
Yeah,
No,
he
it's
sounds
not.
like us.
No, he does not.
Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't. He's Canadian, okay? You can't make fun of him. Go on.
That
man.
That's
has
what
nothing to
America
do.
does. Makes fun of Canada. That's
Okay,
like our
fair
entire
enough.
history.
Fair enough. Dude, I feel like Vancouver up there, they're like, back in the day they were like City of Champions. Now they're like, okay, guys, let's chill it out. That's the most Canadian thing ever. They're like, okay, we're the city of doing good enough, guys. Okay, I don't know about
The
champions.
city of doing good
that
enough.
might be a little much. I don't know about champions. That's strongly worded.
Oh, speaking of Canadians, Justin Bieber.
Facts. Was he born in Canada?
Yeah, I think so.
Are we sure about this?
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yes.
Okay, fair
Hey
enough.
Siri, where's Justin Bieber from?
Justin Bieber was born in London, Ontario.
There you go.
Ontario. I like the way it
Ontario,
said
okay.
London,
that.
Ontario.
Yeah.
Wait, so there's a London in Canada? This is confusing, bro. Stop.
I'm tripping, bro.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, stop.
Yeah.
Dude, my, I don't know where I was going with this. Dude, wait. Is One Direction good or not?
No.
What's your take?
No. Absolutely not.
It's C tier.
D.
What?
I'm giving it a
No.
D.
They got some hits.
No.
Low D.
No, there's
Giving
some
it a-
solid
I'm giving
songs.
it. That's exactly why they're not in F tier. They have a few good songs.
No.
Low
What?
D.
How is a few good songs low D? That's like
Like a few
that's
good
like a
songs is
C.
in like 1 or 2. Like
No, they have like 5 to 10 good songs. Yeah.
that's a stretch, but that's a stretch.
Dude, when I looked at your playlist earlier, I swear you're from like the 1930s, dude.
What playlist?
You
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
you could.
yeah.
I feel
Do you
like
have any
could-
Mariah Carey on your playlist?
No,
Oh.
no, I don't.
Stop, man! Stop, bro! Don't out me like that.
Hey, yo, wait!
Come
I think
on.
we need to hear this. What
Stop.
do you mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Cody's a big
Me,
Mariah fan.
Stop.
Uh-huh.
It's not me, okay? Me and my girlfriend have compiled a playlist. There happens to be Mariah Carey on there.
Who put it on there,
which,
Cody?
May I add, was added by my girlfriend, okay?
Mariah
I
Carey
promise-
Christmas.
Oh,
to
I
be
see.
specific.
Yes. That's the only good Mariah Carey. Let's be honest.
Whoa.
Do you disagree?
I don't know about that.
No, it's only the Christmas music's good. Can't even lie.
Yeah.
It's mostly just
I
the
don't know.
Christmas music.
Yeah.
Wait, Platt, what kind of podcast do you listen to? Like, whose podcast do you listen to?
Stuff you should know. SYSK. Pretty good. Pretty
Don't
good
know
podcast.
Any of those, not gonna lie.
No, SYSK. Stuff you should know.
I don't know that.
It's a good podcast.
I don't know stuff you should know.
The Dollop, really,
The
really
Dollop? Who's that
funny,
with?
good podcast. I'm completely blanking. Gareth Reynolds. I only know that because they emphasize his name every single episode.
Fair enough.
Two comedians, historical history podcast. It's really good. It's funny, and yeah,
Dude,
pretty much it.
Do you watch any comedy?
A little.
Van's dying.
Yeah.
over
A little.
in the corner.
Yeah,
you
Van's
good,
literally
bro?
dying.
You good?
Yeah.
You sure?
Demon came out of me.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah.
Dude, wait.
The demon of Mariah Carey. Just-
Yeah, Mariah
Dang
Carey.
it,
Just
bro.
exited my body.
Mark's gonna listen to this and just bully me. Dude, he's gonna bully me.
I'm going to tell him to listen to it.
Please, no.
Yeah, we're gonna blow this up on social media. This is gonna. We were talking with Eric about having to advertise it more because apparently no one knows about the podcast.
Yeah, how does
So
no
I'm
one
just
know
gonna
about
have.
this?
I'm just
I've
gonna
known
have
about this for a
everybody
while.
post it on social media.
I knew about it like last summer because you went live with Gardier one time,
Yeah, that was lit.
but I forgot about it since then.
Because you had Gardier back on the pod, right?
I did. That was
Erickson's
the
in there?
end of last season.
Dude, you don't even have a co-host.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
Yeah,
Bear,
Mr.
I
Bear.
not
forgot.
right now.
Well,
Now
I-
it's
I
me.
forgot
Decided to
because
dip
you
on
decided
me.
to not show
Yeah.
up. That
I'm
is
the co-host
not,
now.
That is not a committed co-host.
Yeah.
Van's the co-host.
I'm the
He's
co-host.
Van's
now.
the
sitting
co-host.
over here talking about hot guys.
Yeah.
It's a dynamic
It's my
I
whole-
didn't know we needed to the podcast.
But
Yeah.
now you do know.
and now I know we need that dynamic.
It's a necessity to the podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny how the
Absolutely.
podcast works out because like it's always like a solid 25 minutes of what we were going to talk
Oh,
about.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
now we're
see,
at 45
But this
52.
is definitely the best part. Come
Oh,
on,
this
you
is
can't even
this
lie.
is the best part of every single podcast. It's just
I
people
ju-
riffing at the end
I
of
just
it.
want
and
to
it's
keep
wonderful.
talking until I have to leave. Honestly, this
Yeah.
is great.
I mean, you do have to leave in like 10 minutes.
Facts.
And I want to get a photo out before we dip.
Okay, fair
So, speaking
enough.
of, Cody,
Yes.
this has been Green and Gold Radio.
Green and Gold Radio.
I'm your host, William Plavin
All
Masters.
ASMR are you? And I have been Cody Wagner.
I've been Van Wyman, and I still am Van Wyman.
Ah,
Fair
fascinating.
enough. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Will.
Thanks
you
for
very
coming on,
much.
guys.
Yeah.
It's been great. And I am William Masters. This is Green and Gold Radio. We'll see you next time.
All I want
Let's
for
go,
Christmas
baby.
is you.
I only want you, Van. All I want for Christmas is you.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to cut that last part out, but we'll see you next time.